A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Q with Q. It's our daily political briefing. It's me, your host, QuentinRJiles. But if we're going to be, we're going to be friends and I'm going to be your political BFF, then you got to call me Q. Lots to get to tonight, baby. Lots to get to tonight. We're going to be talking about the Capitol Police being warned 3 days prior, Nancy Pelosi bringing in new security, a security head, if you will. We're going to be talking about some of the police officers that were attacked that day. They're finally speaking out. Still waiting on word from our good brother, Eugene Goodman. We'll be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about pardons. I'm going to leave it there for a second. We're going to be talking about pardons. Also, it's the adultness for me. Pence made a phone call. I'll leave it there. That's my teaser. Pence made a phone call that I'm like, oh, wow. A phone call was made by VP Pence. And if we have time, we'll get on down there to the NRA, Tish James, and the bankruptcy. Okay, so full packed show tonight. First off, I want to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters, because I posted a post on Patreon and just asked, everybody, what are some things you think that we need to talk about? And the way I built tonight's show was definitely based on the suggestions of my Patreon supporters. So thank you all that are on the Patreon that sent your links and all of that good stuff so that I could research some things. And that's how tonight's show got built out. So let's get into it. Remember, dissent, not disrespect. What counts as disrespect? Sexually inappropriate comments, inciting violence. What else? And calling each other names and whatnot. That'll get you blocked by me. Now, if those things if somebody is saying something that does not fall into that purview, but they're saying some things that are triggering you and you just don't like to see it, you watching on watching on YouTube, can block the people yourself. So do that. Jordan, I see you. Tracy Jones. Shannon. Oh, Aubrey said hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Shannon, what's going on? Let me see. Who else in here? Maddie T, Ray Anthony, Stephanie Smith, Tammy Thurston, Jennifer Crow. Okay, who else we got up in here? AW, Robin Morris. Okay, Lakeithia Thomas. What's going on, everyone? What's it? Tara Williams, Katrina Moore. I got questions. Okay, everybody's here. Tonight. Dina Torrey, Nova Savage. Okay. Monica Shepard, Sharon Davenport. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? So thankful that y'all are here. Sierra Radcliffe. Oh, thank you for doing that, because I totally was about to move on. Also, if you would like to get your comment featured on the screen like so, you can send a super comment or a super chat. That's the same thing. Super chat, super sticker. That is a feature only if you're watching on YouTube. We're streaming this on YouTube, Periscope, Facebook. But if you're on YouTube and you want your comment to be streamed or pulled up to the stage, if you will, and we'll take some time to unpack that, please do that there. We'll do that. So let's get into the show. Baby. So the big thing that I found out today was that the Capitol Police were actually warned 3 days before the attack. Which is, this is like a never-ending drip, and I think that it will be, because we're finding not only it wasn't an intelligence failure, right? It wasn't that the people didn't know the people was going to come down to the Capitol and run them up. Everybody knew, apparently. We're getting memos leaking, people at the FBI in Virginia coming out saying, that they told them. Thank you so much, Ray Anthony. I just pulled it up. Thank you so much for the super chat and reminded me. Kelly's Crochet, thank you. God bless you as well. Thank you, sister. And Stephanie Smith, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super sticker. So, yeah, we're learning everything. Child, we're learning everything that the people knew. that the people knew, and the people didn't do nothing. Now, we had heard that the FBI told them a day before. Well, we got memos today, I believe per the Washington Post, that the Capitol Police were warned 3 days prior to the attack. Not only were they warned, the specific language, this is what got me in the article. If you want to go check it out, it is on the Washington Post. This what got me in the article was that the language of the memo that the Capitol Police had 3 days before literally said they might attempt to attack Congress themselves. I'm gonna paraphrase it. What it said was like, typically in these, we're gonna call it a protest to begin with, but in these situations, it's counter protesters where you have somebody protesting something, and then you have a counter protest, and that's where the clash comes into place. The memo itself said this is going to be like, this is not going to be like one of those things. They won't be going after the counter protesters because it wasn't going to be none. They coming after Congress. Like, literally said it. Lakeisha Lee, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really, really appreciate that. And Regina, none of this is surprising. Right though. Right. Like, it's no, none of, so I'm not surprised that they tried. I'm surprised that it seems like everybody was alerted. It's like everybody was on notice. Everybody got a memo to say, hey, this thing is about to happen. And y'all didn't do nothing. Like, who going to jail? I know the insurrectionist is going to jail, but who at the top going to jail? Because it seems like every law enforcement agency knew that this thing could potentially pop off. And they allowed that building to remain a soft target, meaning easily penetrable, easily taken. So yeah, we're gonna round up. Excuse me, we're gonna round up the insurrectionists. I'm not on that right now. We're gonna round them up. FBI already doing that. You know, we seeing them getting rounded up by the day. People in rabbit fur and horns going to jail. We see that. People with the Confederate flag. One thing I didn't even realize, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez just did an interview on Rachel Maddow, and I didn't realize that that man that had that Confederate flag, like, that didn't even happen during the Civil War when America was fighting the Confederacy. Like, so that was the first time the Confederate flag like got up in the House of Congress. That's wild. Crystal Osborne, and the terrorist was 150 feet from Pence. I saw that article too. Right. They was real close. Like, I think in between all of this, everybody was so blessed. And I think that is really being missed. The insurrectionists were really blessed that they left alive. But literally a co-equal branch of Congress and the vice president were this close from being taken. And as we starting to hear more and more how new Congress members were, or Congress was actually sworn in 3 days prior to this, right? So people's families were in the Capitol building. Their children were in the building with them in their offices, not on the floor. Staffers, interns, people that's in college that want to work on Capitol Hill in this building. It's far beyond people that work in the kitchen, the janitor staff. Like, we're missing and I'm to blame for this too, focusing so much on Congress. It was regular people there that just happened to be there for whatever reason, whether they were a congressman or a senator's family member, or they cut the bushes in the front lawn and came in the building to use the bathroom. Cooks, wait staff, interns, college folk. Like that, like, everybody was so blessed for there to only have been 5 deaths, one of them being the murder of a Capitol Police officer. In total, any death is tragic, but in totality of what happened, and we're finding out like the down to the second where they were and how they were 150 feet away from Pence and stuff like that, everybody was blessed to walk out of there. Like, that could have been a massacre. That could have literally been a massacre. And to see certain people out here still making excuses for it is more than above me. It's like ongoing trauma. It's horrific to even make an excuse for what we saw and what almost happened. Like, that's crazy. I got questions. Hey fam, miss being here, but I received my second dose and needed 2 days to recover. You will feel like sick, body aches, fever, chills, etc. But it means the vaccine is working. Also leave for Cali Tuesday. So for those that are new, I Got Questions is our unofficial nurse. She is a travel nurse. She's been keeping us up to date on the COVID-19 vaccine as she has been administering it to people while she's been out there in Philly. She's heading to an assignment in Cali. She's just letting us know she got her second dose. She did feel a little sick, which is to be expected. You know, let's not, oh my God. First off, y'all know how I feel about the vaccine anyway. So please consult with your physician. But her being sick is not, that's not out of the ordinary for any vaccine, right? Even if you think about a flu vaccine, that's not out of the ordinary. So one, I'm glad you must be doing okay. You're here talking with us. So glad you're doing okay. And thank you for letting us know, what's going on and how you're reacting. And we're praying for you on your way down there to Cali. Because we know that LA County is hot right now. We know that LA County is hot with COVID. So thank you for that. Guys, gals, people, sis, niece, nephew, consult with your physician about this COVID-19 vaccine. It is a real thing. Just because you watch this show and, I've told you all, I plan on just wearing my mask. I don't plan on taking the vaccine. You should not take that as something that you should do yourself. You need to do your own research because this is your body. This is a potentially life-saving vaccine. And so you need to consult with your physician to make those educated decisions for yourself and for your family. Talk to people who is in the medical field and get all your questions answered. Okay. How do I pronounce this? Lawrence, thank you so much for the super sticker. Hey, Dubs, please tell me why libraries, schools, etc. have metal detectors, but the Capitol didn't. No, the Capitol does have metal detectors. They just ramsacked it. That new controversy around metal detectors is to get on the floor. So they're not metal detectors on the floor, but there are metal detectors at the entrance of the Capitol for you to get in. That is the new controversy. But yeah, I feel you, sis. I feel you, baby. Nadia Miller. I don't understand why they didn't take it seriously, as if dangerous white men isn't a thing, but was rated for BLM. Well, that's the thing. That's it right there. You just laid it out. Black people are viewed inherently evil, inherently bad. White people, as you can even see now, get passes on passes. We can't deny that this white man that occupies the presidency does not have a realm of privilege that is surrounding him right now, where people are trying to backbend and fit themselves into a knob to kind of not lay liability at his feet. That's privilege. Do you think if Barack Obama said the same things he said, the exact same things he said, and we went out there and charged the Capitol, they wouldn't have? Let me see, the insurrection happened on Wednesday, impeached him Wednesday night after they counted the votes and convicted him in the Senate on Thursday? Please. Get out of my face. Out of my face. Because they definitely would have. Erica McDaniel, thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. Blair Lee, salute to all the National Guardsmen and women in DC right now. Also, I ordered my Goalie gummies. But I will only take the recommended amount. Look, they right here. I'm going to do my Goalie pitch in a minute. Please take the recommended amount. I be in here eating them like they candy, and they are not. Okay? Thank you so much, Blair Lee. Y'all, that's frat right there. Thank you so much. Regina, yes, it is a mess here in Los Angeles County. Stay safe for real. Regina, is anything open in Los Angeles County? Is anything open? But take out, like, what's it like? I'm gonna see if I can catch your other comment. You don't necessarily have to do a super comment, but just put it in the comments and I'm gonna see if I can catch it. So yeah, what it seems like is there was a willingness to not act, right? A willingness to not act. Excuse me. Baby, that ain't COVID. That was, just me getting worked up. I got questions. Did you guys see Rep. Mike Neerman on video open the door and let them into the Capitol? He is under investigation via MSNBC. Also, don't forget our one-on-one queue. No, I didn't forget. It's on my calendar Monday. I got you Monday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I got you. I hadn't seen that video, but I would love to see that per MSNBC. I'm gonna have to go back and Google that. And I got your one-on-one. We'll be talking about, also stay tuned if you would like to do one-on-ones. Thank you for bringing it up. I got questions. One-on-ones, we do Zoom one-on-ones down there on the Patreon. I'll drop the link in a minute. I'll do the whole spiel, if you will. Also, why isn't the pipe explosives getting more attention? If my Muslim behind did that, listen, I've been saying that. You are absolutely right. Those two pipe bombs that did not go off at the RNC and the DNC are still being investigated. They're giving I think the last I saw a $50,000 reward to find the person that dropped them off. And although they didn't go off, they were real explosives. And you are absolutely right. That is something that I've said. I made it a point to say that specifically because my nephews are growing up in I wouldn't say a Muslim household, but their family, their immediate circle family is Muslim. They may choose to be Muslim, right? So I have to look outside of myself. I believe in Jesus, but if my Muslim, or not but, because that's in contrast, and if my Muslim nephews decided they was going to run up on the Capitol, baby, it would have been bullets everywhere. And you are so right, too. Had you done that, had you got you and 2 to 3 of your friends and ran up on that Capitol or dropped something that looked like a bomb, baby, they was going to tackle y'all down to the ground and put you on the no-fly list immediately. Where is the same energy? You got white domestic terrorists up in here. Baby, y'all need to open up a whole new division in the FBI. Instead of we looking at al-Baghdadi overseas, I think we got that on lock. I think we got the overseas terrorists on lock. Look at the white domestic terrorists, the white supremacists here. Thank you for bringing that up. You are so right. You are so very right. Who else? Let me see. We got hold on. We got another one. Oh, my girl Shannon. Hold on. That's who it was. I can't miss my girl Shannon. Bootleg benefactor. Most federal buildings will be closed nationwide on Tuesday and Wednesday due to safety concerns. Please stay safe. Source me. Got an email. Right. So inside track, Shannon worked for the feds. But no, I saw right before I got on here, I saw on Twitter that Texas Capitol was trending. And maybe this is just me thinking, y'all know I live in Texas. I was like, oh, I know they're not going to bring the smoke to Texas. Child, they trying to bring the smoke to Texas Capitol. I said, now, wait one second. Wait one second. Because, baby, we real gun friendly down here. Very gun friendly down here. So, yes, definitely everybody stay safe. Stay away from federal buildings if you can. It's a shame that we have to do that we have to rearrange our lives. I'm all down for rearranging my life for COVID, right? It's a pandemic. It's a virus. It's not a person that's trying to kill. It is a virus. That's what viruses do. They harm the human body. I'm cool with rearranging my life for that. It's a shame that I got to rearrange my life for white domestic terrorism. That's just sad. So clearly the FBI, thank you, Shannon, for that super comment. The FBI needs to open up another branch. Biden and them when they get in there, just like we got Department of Homeland Security after 9/11. We need to baby, open something. Or why the domestic Homeland Security? Hello, something. We need a special task force always on the clock, 24/7, rounded up extremist groups that want to commit acts of sedition and to ethnically cleanse this country and make it a whiter, or let them tell it, a purer society. Yeah, we need the FBI to come on. We need the FBI, somebody to come on. I don't know why we taking all this time. Get to it. Hey Q, I sent you the video on Instagram. Thank you so much. Sierra Radcliffe, shout out to you. Shout out to you too. I enjoyed our one-on-one today. And you remember what we talked about? Nah, I'm just saying, get to it. Everybody, you know what? Everybody surround Sierra in love and just tell her that she can do it, please. That she can do it. We're not going to talk about what it is, but could you tell Sierra that she could do it and that she should go for it? That's all I'm going to say. You asked me to remind you about the bathroom situation, Secret Service, while we were on our one-on-one Zoom meeting. Yes, thank you. Well, I will. Let me put that in my notes. I'll bring that up. You talking about the Ivanka thing. But if y'all could you just surround Sierra in love in the comments real quick, if you don't mind? Just let Sierra know that she can do it and that she should go for it. And she can totally do it. Totally do it. Let me put this on the list because I had not written it down. Ivanka, Nim, and bathrooms. That's my note. That's gonna jog my memory to come back. Thank you for that super comment. Let me see here. Cookie. I don't know what F mean, but thank you, sis. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that here. I appreciate that. Yes, love to see it. Sierra, you can do it. Yes. Thank y'all. She got this. I promise you got this. Yes, love to see it. Thank y'all for participating in that. Yes, bonking them. So let's see here. Okay, that's my next story. Okay, let's see here. Let me go ahead and do this really quick. Let me drop y'all this link just in case anybody would like to participate. Let's see. I'm gonna drop the link right here. If anybody wants to join the Patreon, please do that. That is a way to pour into me. It is an exclusive side page. It is a monthly fee. But the beautiful thing is you get to decide how long you want to support. So if you want to support just for 1 month and come check it out, you can do that. Even in that month, you can schedule your one-on-one Zoom calls with me. And we just get to talk. What I'm noticing lately, a lot of these conversations are moving away from politics, and a lot of these one-on-one Zoom calls, we're talking life. We talking real life. So I'm appreciative, right? I'm appreciative of everybody that's on the Patreon, and these one-on-ones have been super beneficial, and so I'm thankful. Thank you, Jesus. Also, that link I just dropped, baby, get your goalie gummies. Get your goalie gummies. Baby, get your ashwagandha. Get your ashwagandha. Now, I told y'all I took this, as I go to sleep. And 2 days ago, it gave me very, very, very peaceful sleep. It just shut my mind off from doing all this extra thought that I do while I lay in the bed, be thinking about, do I want a dog? Do I want 2 dogs? Do I want to go bungee jumping? Do I want to skydive? I'll just random. I'll be thinking about random stuff. I'll be laughing at stuff. I ordered the blue bottle. Okay, good. That's what's up. So there's the link. If you want to get your goalie gummies, you can also get the apple cider vinegar. The link is going to give you 20% off. And if you use the promo code QuentinRJiles, if you use the promo code QuentinRJiles, it'll give you an additional 5% off. So total, you'll get 25%. Now, I will give you full disclosure. It's an affiliate link. So as you buy and get the discount, they do cut me a commission check. So that's that. Child, and they sent us an email saying that they was doing they were doing a competition amongst affiliate people. So whoever gets 200 orders is entered into a raffle to win a mirror fitness thing. Y'all seen them commercials with the mirror? Y'all seen them commercials? Now, I saw that and I already knew. I was like, baby, that thing expensive. I'm not paying for that. I'm going to keep my little $50 gym membership and call it a day. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, well, if you're going to give it to me for free, I'll take it. But I'm not about to buy that. So I say that to say, if you want to buy some, it'll help me reach that marker to be thrown into the raffle to potentially get the mirror. And, we might do some fitness workout videos and all that other stuff. So Sierra said, yes, I want one so bad. Oh, well, go ahead, baby, get you one. When I saw it on the TV, I said, oh, I know that ain't for me. I could tell just by looking at it. I said, no, that's out my price range. That's out the budget. I'm not, no, baby, I'm not, no. I go back down to the gym. I go in person. You ain't like, yeah, just like that Peloton. I was like, well, let me get a little Peloton. Baby, I had pulled up how much that Peloton costs. I said, oh, y'all rich. Oh, y'all is rich. Y'all got money, real money. I'm good. I am good. Yeah, I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene says she will introduce impeachment articles against Biden. It's like, for what? It's such a waste of time. It's such a waste of time, but whatever. I'm not, whatever. Do they do a layaway plan? I don't want to lay and weigh none of it. I don't want to lay and weigh none of, not no Peloton or the mirror. Y'all need to come down. Oh, you know what I saw the other day? What did I see the other day that I wanted? Oh man, I'm gonna get back to the news in a second. I saw something the other day. They sent me an email. Whatever it was, I can't remember what it was, but it was, when I saw it, I was like, yes, I want this. And it was like a coupon was attached. So I hit the coupon, and the coupon was, oh, that's what it was. It was a chair. It was like a chair because with me working out and sitting a certain way, sometimes I'm hunched over and all this other stuff. So it was this chair that was supposed to help with the posture and all that. So I was like, oh yeah, I could get that. So they sent me a coupon. Child, I clicked the coupon. The coupon said $500 off. I said, well, why is there even $500 to give off? I didn't even look at how I delete the email. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. Y'all giving $500. That's too much to be given off. That means you already had, no, that's not for me. Delete. I don't even want it no more. I don't even need to look. Got a few coworkers from work watching first time. Hey, thank you so much, Jordan. Shout out to you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Yeah, that was the clue. That was definitely the clue. At the $500 coupon, child, well, how much is it? I'm not interested. Just like when we talked about me getting a dog and somebody was like, oh, you should get a French bulldog. And I was like, I saw one and it was $10,000. Baby, I'm never interested in a $10,000 dog. I don't care what it is, what it looked like, what it can do. I'm never, hear me clear, I am never interested in a $10,000 dog. No. Let's move on. So Nancy Pelosi has announced that Lieutenant General Russell Honore will lead the security infrastructure of Capitol Hill. Now, Honore, if you don't know, has led the Defense Department's response to Hurricane Katrina and Rita. You might see him on MSNBC and CNN from time to time, baby. He be going off. He goes off, okay? It's so funny when he do. Also has held positions which focused on defense support and civil authorities in the Homeland Defense. So this was part of this is part of Nancy Pelosi's response to what happened. She is, bringing someone in to, basically figure out how this building was a soft target and what they need to do. Oh, you said get a German Shepherd. Okay, this is not a super comment, but I'm gonna pause that for a second. I want to know. I've been Googling. I literally watched like 3 videos this morning about German Shepherds because I want one, but they big. So I've been thinking about that too. Anyway, looking at how to solidify and harden the Capitol so that something like this couldn't happen again. Can you imagine? Look at how easy that is. Can you imagine literal terrorists, not inside our walls, but international terrorists, if you will, trying to come and storm it? Like literally watching and looking at like, oh, it was that easy? Oh, bet. We'll be down there Thursday. So she's bringing him in to basically tighten that thing on up. Tighten it on up so that won't happen again. Also, she made a point to say that if they find out, that any congressmen and women who were beyond, hold on, make sure you take the time to train them. Right. Who were beyond just sympathizers of these insurrectionists, but help them, because we've heard of reports. Oh, what's that? Lakeisha, thank you so much for the super comment. What's an Amazon wish list? Would you do an Amazon wish list? What is that? When I pick stuff on my wish list and people get it? Is that what that is? I've never done that. I don't know. We were just talking about adoption. It's a sign. Right. We were talking about adoption in our one-on-one today. We definitely were. Let's see here. No one, I'm sure they had to bite tendency. You want to be a professional trainer for them. Yeah. So anyway, they're trying to oh yes. Okay, so that's what it is. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I'll look into it if y'all would like to support that way. I mean, I'm not gonna turn it down. I appreciate it. I will look into an Amazon wish list. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, she's looking at that, but she's also saying that if any congressmen and women or senators were, we've heard reports of people leading tours or somehow letting them know where certain things are. She's basically saying that they need to be criminally charged. She said that today. So and we've talked about it here on the show before, that when the FBI and the U.S. attorney in D.C. came out and did that joint press conference, 6 days after the attack, they said that they do have a seditious, sedition conspiracy task force along with public corruption task force. Well, public corruption means a public official. A public official is someone who holds public office, like congressmen and women and senators. So, it's interesting that they said that, and now she's saying this. So it sounds like somebody that's in an elected position, and that could even be all the way up to the president, right? Is definitely gonna be charged. I have a 1-year-old German Shepherd, and they shed a lot, but super smart. Okay, so I was low-key really, side note. Okay, let's go on a tangent. Looking at a German Shepherd, I think she's 10 weeks old. And that's why I was watching it, because I'm like, well, I'm in an apartment. Yes, it is. It's a fair amount of space. It's a little over 1,000 square feet. So, there's still room in here. And then going outside and stuff. So I'm thinking about it, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I have the time to do all that. I was watching the people say take outside 2 hours a day. Child, it's cold. 2 hours a day, girl. When I saw that, I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to get no German Shepherd, baby. Give me a little toy poodle, and that thing can run around this apartment and get exercise that way. Because 2 hours a day outside, I don't know that I can commit to that. So I'm processing. I'm doing my research before I pick the dog. I gotta pick the dog that's gonna fit my life. Cause the 2 hours a day running around, I don't even be outside 2 hours a day. So, yeah. Guys, again, let me drop the link. Gonna tag you in the Duke video. Okay, yeah, do that. No, send it to me. Don't tag me. Don't tag me. Don't tag me, Shannon, because if you tag me, it's gonna get lost in my notifications. So send me a message. Again, there's the link to get your Goalie Gummy. People get that and the Patreon. Super excited. Oh, news. I guess I can share this here, even though the rest of it will be exclusive to Patreon. But I went ahead and signed up for my bodybuilding show today. You have to sign up for it. So I went ahead and signed up for it. I talked to my coach. We're about to start the posing practice and all that. So if anybody wants a behind the scenes to that whole journey, my bodybuilding show, my first show ever, is in 14 weeks. All of that content is going to be on Patreon. So definitely please come and support. Somebody said a pug. I saw a pug, but the lady scared me out of a pug because she said dogs. I didn't know that dogs with short snouts, she said they end up, sometimes they can have upper respiratory issues. And so it kind of scared me out of getting the pug because I saw it was a female cute little pug about a month ago. And I was like, oh, I could get the little puggy wuggy. But when she said the respiratory thing, that thing had scared me. So I was like, child, I ain't trying to be at the hospital with no dog here. Now, look, I know people love their dogs and they go ride or die, but we not going to be doing no hospital visits for no dog. We going down there to the vet, get them shots, and you going to sit down. But we not going to be running back and forth, talk about no respiratory because you got the cough, you got out. I need something easy. Did you notice Nancy wore the same dress for both Trump's impeachments? I did notice that. I saw that. I didn't post it. Or not that I noticed it. I saw an article on it. I didn't repost it because I did think it was petty. So that's why I chose not to repost it. But I did see that Nancy was throwing shots without saying nothing. Somebody said Chihuahua. I don't know about no Chihuahua. It's so tiny. I don't know about no Chihuahua. I'm a vet assistant. No pugs. LOL. I have a Boston, and it isn't easy. Yeah, I'm not finna. All that breathing heavy. Thank you for that. Yeah. Chinese. What? What's your promo code for Goalie? Let me give it to you real quick. Here's the promo code. Promo QRJiles right there. Sounds like you need a cat instead. I had 2 cats a little over 10 years ago, but I don't want a cat. I want a dog. I want me a bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay bow wow yippee yo yippee yay. All right, let's move on to the next news story because we ain't gonna be here all night. I ain't gonna hold y'all long. I ain't gonna hold you long at all. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got 5 more stories. We got 5 more stories to do. Okay, well, we have 5 more stories, baby. Get your super comments and your super chats ready. Let's roll them things in. It's Friday, baby. It's Friday here. Okay, so we also got new video today. Capitol Police officers were speaking out. If you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, then you saw one of the videos that I did, or hopefully you saw one of the videos that I did talking about this. What was particularly interesting to me was that one of the police officers, Capitol Police, or no, actually he was DC Police, but happened to be there, said that he was basically recounting him being attacked by the insurrectionists. And he was saying that he was beaten, he was tased, they were trying to get his gun. He heard them chanting, kill him with his own gun. But the thing that stuck out to me mostly was that they were beating him with the Blue Lives Matter flag. Jordan said, looks like a long family meeting tonight. We'll see. We might hit an hour tonight instead of our 45 minutes. We might hit an hour. Thank you for that. Let's go. I got time today. So yeah, that he was beaten with the Blue Lives Matter flag, which was, I'm looking for a word. It is the irony, but it is the sadistic irony for me. That's the word. It's the sadistic irony for me because the whole Blue Lives Matter movement was a reaction and an attack on the Black Lives Matter movement. The Blue Lives Matter movement was not a thing until Black Lives Matter was. The Blue Lives Matter movement was birthed into saying, Black people, shut up, stay oppressed. We can kill you if we want because we're going to protect cops, and cops have a hard job. Back the blue. That's what that was. We knew that. I knew that. What I want is for my Blue Lives Matter people, and I've seen them, they on my Facebook, you know, I done gave them plenty of space, plenty of time. We still learning more and more. If you don't have that righteous indignation, if you don't have that fire burning in your gut, like you've had at Colin Kaepernick kneeling, or Black folks protesting in the street, asking not to be killed by cops. If you don't have that same energy back in the blue and hashtagging and tweeting and reposting and pulling up people's criminal record when cops are killing them, even though they weren't doing that criminal activity at that time, but somehow justifying the murder of unarmed Black people or the murder of people in general, specifically Black people, if you don't have that energy, when we just saw these people beat them cops on camera and kill one by bashing that man upside his head with a fire extinguisher, might I submit to you that all this energy that you have is not really based in backing the blue. It's not really based in supporting the cops. It's not really based in protecting the cops. It is based in anti-Blackness. That's what it is. If you do not have that same energy, now if you had that same energy, this one ain't for you. This one is totally not for you. I still disagree with your original energy, but this one is not for you. But I have yet to see the same energy. I'm still waiting on the energy from when we found out that the people that wanted to kidnap and kill the Michigan governor, Gretchen Whitmer, and kill the responding police officers. I keep talking about this. We got it in the documents. We have it in the documents. They plan to kill the responding police officers. You didn't have smoke for that. And you don't have smoke for this. What your real smoke is based in anti-Blackness. And I understand that you may not know that consciously and you're not racist. You just want, police to be attacked, but there needs to be a self-reflective moment happening. They killed a cop. Black folks wasn't even in the street killing cops. We were asking not to be killed by cops. They killed a cop. The other cop that we get his response to today, he came out and said they were chanting, kill him with his own gun. They beat him with a Blue Lives Matter flag. And there are more cops that came out. It was just this one particular cop that I'm stuck on because I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. You all are operating in anti-Blackness. And that's just what I want to submit to people. You're operating in anti-Blackness, and anti-racism is an ongoing thing. Anti-racism is a daily thing. I understand. I understand. Hold on. Let me say this carefully. I understand you have your thoughts, your feelings, and how you were raised and how you've always viewed people, but you don't view color and all this other stuff you've just been in your echo chamber with. But if your energy ain't matched, baby, you operate in anti-Blackness, and that's just on period, poo. That's literally just on period. And so might I submit to you that you self-reflect and ask yourself, why don't I have the same energy? Why am I not as mad as I was when a man kneeled for a flag, a piece of cloth kneeled during the national anthem? Telling you he's kneeling because he doesn't feel like him nor his people are reflected and represented in that flag in the national anthem. Mad, lost y'all mind. You would have thought Colin did the insurrection. It's very trailer park trash here. I'm so sorry. That is disrespectful. Lord forgive me. No, it's very that was wrong. That was wrong. That was absolutely wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Just say you don't like Black people. Just say you don't like Black folks, because that's what it is. And I'm gonna have to move on because I'm getting a little too riled up for that. I'm getting a little too riled up. I done broke my own rules. Sorry here. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. I'm finna get upset at myself. I didn't broke my own rules. Forgive me, Lord. Okay. So let's move forward. Let's move forward. But I will submit to that. I will submit that you're not backing the blue. That's a whole lot of anti-blackness. Now, let's talk about the pardons. Because what's interesting to me is a lot of the insurrectionists. Hold on, let me scroll through, make sure I ain't miss nobody. Okay. Hold up. Okay. What you think about Trump calling Mark Lindell Child, I saw that. They might want to look at him for stoking insurrection too. That's what I think about that. My coworker just yelled dissent. As in they disagree with me. Oh, please tell them comment if they disagree. And tell them what parts. Lakeisha Lee, thank you for the super comment. I'll just say it. This country constantly and unsurprisingly breaks my heart. And the sad part is they actually think we love this country less than they do. Right. And they just attack this country. Right. Right. The energy, the mantra, the Twitter fingers of it all, just attack this country. When you got real patriots like Eugene Goodman, black man at the Capitol Police, realizing that those same lawmakers, those same senators that won't pass the George Floyd Policing Act, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, the Violence Against Women's Act, noticed that the door was not protected and led them another way, using his own body as a diversion. Just keep giving, man. We just keep giving. Oh, I see you, Jordan. Yes, that was wrong. And it was wrong. That was wrong of me to say. Yeah. Because what I was about to say was it was very ghetto here, but I reject using ghetto anymore because that wasn't ghetto. No. Because black people is not synonymous with ghetto, but we come from the ghetto and we've been saying it and throwing it around. One of y'all in the chat mentioned that one day and was like, nah, it ain't ghetto, because at the ghetto you get to you can still have fun, you chill, somebody make you a plate, it may be a little dangerous, but you be all right. So no, we're not using it no more. So about the pardons, what's interesting is I just saw, I don't know her name, but it was funny. One of the ladies that was down there at the insurrection. One of the ladies down there at the insurrection, sis say she need a pardon. She's about, I'm facing serious jail time. The president needs to give us a pardon. You broke the law. Like, you broke the law. What do you mean? You tried to overthrow the government. But some of the other people, rabbit fur with the horns, man, whatever, chinchilla fur, I don't know what he had on. The fur with the horns. His lawyer is saying that he deserves a pardon because they were invited there on behest of the president of the United States, and that the president of the United States should pardon them. Now, the gag is, T-Sipper, come on through. I felt that, though, sometimes you got to call a spade a spade. Doesn't mean it feels probably good, though. The thing is, he could pardon them. Then what? He could. Then what? Those are his people. He did tell them to do it. We know he's thinking about pardoning himself. And if he does pardon him, then what? I just think it's interesting that they're all calling for one, that they are all starting to call for one. But I guess when, you being a crooked president previously and out loud, what's going to, what you're pontificating out loud about pardoning yourself and your daughters and them. And we're seeing how you're pardoning Roger Stone, criminal, how you're pardoning Paul Manafort, criminal, all these people. What's the other guy name? Flynn. When they clearly see that they did something wrong and you pardon them, and now they've done something wrong for you, kind of like those other people as well, of course they're asking for a pardon. Of course, I'm not actually mad at the fact that they're asking for one. Of course they're asking for one. Look at how you've used that precious power. Of course. So I'm not surprised. I just want to know, then what? Mitch McConnell, them, then what? Your party is synonymous with insurrection. And so if he pardons them, then what? If he threw Rudy under the bus, why do they think he'll save them? Who knows? Those are his people, baby. I don't know. Who knows? Thank you so much for the super comment. Shannon Collins, my thoughts. It's about the insurrectionist's upcoming, status as a minority in the country and understanding how they treated minorities and don't want to reap all they have sowed. Lay in the bed you made. Listen, but is there a bed that they are going to have to lay in? Like, I don't really see, of course you have, in any movement, you have fringe, but I don't see Black folks calling for the enslavement and the desecration of white people. I don't see Black folks calling for laws that would disenfranchise them. I don't see Black folks calling for the rape of their men and women, right? The selling off of their children, the splitting of the family, the beating, the castrations, the forced incest to produce slave body. Like, I don't see Black folks calling for that. I don't see Black folks calling for a white Jim Crow. I don't see Black folks calling for the mass incarceration of white people. It's like, so what you scared of? We're just asking for an equal shot. We're not even asking to do all the things you've done to us. Literally just asking for an equal shot. Get out our face. Not get out our face in a separatist way. You know, we could work with allies. We could work with people. I ain't got no problem with that. But get out our face with all the oppression and suppression. What is the problem, baby? What is the problem? Let me see here. Marie, and what does that say about Black bodies? Goodman put his body on the line for people who don't pass laws to protect the rights of people who look like him. That's it. That's the tweet. That's literally it, right? That's literally it. That is literally encompassed in Black Lives Matter. That's it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, good for you. Good for Eugene. He did the right thing. He did the right thing, but it's crazy when you really retrospect and think about it. That man put his body on the line for people that won't pass laws to protect him. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So that's what the people are calling for. Everybody's calling for a pardon. Everybody want a pardon. So we'll see. We'll see what he chooses to do. Again, people, don't forget to get your Goli Gummy, your ashwagandha, or your Goli Gummy, your apple cider vinegar. You can get those things right there. Let me go ahead and drop the link. Tammy Thurston, I see your super comment. I'm going to get to that in one quick sec. I'm going to drop the link right there. You can also join the Patreon. Hey, Cookie just said she joined the Patreon. Yeah, I'm going to pull up my email and shout out everybody that joined the Patreon in a minute. Also, if you're on here, all my Patreon people, yes, I sent y'all a message. I sent each Patreon person a message, so check your inbox. The Washington Post is said Trump can't pardon himself or anyone else due to the impeachment. Truth. I will post the link in the article. So here's the thing: in his pardon power, he can't. What it says in the Constitution is he can't pardon basically in the event of impeachment, right? So that's a totally. Hold on, Pence called to congratulate NRA. Okay, that is a totally good question. I'm gonna bring up the article because I saw you posted that, Tammy, in the Washington Post, and I have in my notes to / pull up article. I left that article open because I wanted to read something because it was a very interesting way they phrased it because it's two sides of an argument. So it depends on how you want to read it, which means it's going to have to be litigated, right? So thank you for the super comment. I am going to bring it up in just a second. I see 2 more super comments here. I don't want to lose them. Because you know that the thing will move and we'll be gone. They keep waiting for us to seek revenge. In the words of Cat Williams, we're better than that, and you can join us. That part, nobody. We're not even trying to seek revenge. I just want an equal footing. Like, get out of my way. Get out of my way and let me go be great. Like, I mean, we're already being great, but how much more? Maybe that's the problem. You've seen all the hurdles and obstacles you put in our wake, and still we rise. So how much more will we rise if you really just get out of our way? So maybe that's it. He can pardon them for federal charges, but wouldn't that just open them up to state charges? Well, DC is not a state, so we would have to figure out what that looks like. DC is a territory. So I don't really have an answer to that. But I do, yes, he can only pardon for federal charges, but I don't have the answers to that. Let me pull up this article in relation to the pardoning and the impeachment, because this is what the Washington Post, yes, Tammy Thurston, this is what the Washington Post said in the article about, excuse me, let me pull this up, about him potentially pardoning himself. And I thought it was very interesting. It says the Constitution makes clear that the president has the power to grant pardons, quote, except in cases of impeachment, end quote. Some scholars have long seen the clause as an anemic power, only preventing a president from pardoning someone from facing impeachment or undoing the penalties that result from a Senate conviction. We, the Washington Post, and other legal scholars understand the clause to mean something different, that the president cannot pardon himself or others in matters directly associated with his own impeachment. Under this view, Trump could issue no pardon for himself or the insurrectionists for criminal charges related to the events of last week. Recently, other scholars, including Lawrence Friedman and Kim Weil, have adopted this view, which we developed at length. So there you see them having this argument in the Washington Post about this pardon power surrounding impeachment. And so we have to see each other. I didn't get my message. We about to have to see. You didn't get a message? No, you should. Maybe it's still sending. It could still be sending. Sorry. I'll go back and look and make sure it gets sent through. So that's how they're looking at the impeachment. It depends on, it's going to be litigated, right? Because some are saying here on this side, they're reading it. They're reading the law as he can't pardon anyone involved in his own impeachment, seeing as how the House impeached him for this insurrection. They're viewing it that he can't pardon himself for that, nor can he pardon his co-conspirators, the people that carried out the act, if you will, for that measure. Others are seeing it as preventing him, that he can't prevent someone or can't give someone a pardon, preventing them from being impeached. So like, let's say when the House was considering, or there was talks about potentially impeaching Bill Barr, the previous attorney general around, they're saying based on that argument, he couldn't like pardon Bill Barr for whatever and have Bill Barr avoid impeachment. So it'll be litigated because this hadn't been tested. If he chooses to pardon himself, it will be challenged. I have no doubt about that. Chooses people based on how some legal scholars are viewing it, it's potentially going to be challenged as well, as it should be, because then you're going to have domestic terrorists just running around loose and amok. So great article. Thank you, Tammy, for bringing that up. Thank you so much for that. So let's move on to Pence really quickly. Where we at? We at the 52? Okay, I guess so. Y'all know I normally close the show out at 45. I guess we go a little past it. We can go a little past it real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and run through these real quick. All right. So I told y'all in the beginning of the show that Pence made a phone call, which I was like, oh, look at Pensy. Look at Pensy Pooh. So Pence made a phone call to Kamala Harris. I guess we've strayed so far away from traditional operations in our political ecosystem. We've seen Trump not concede, nor do we expect him to call Biden like any other president would. But Pence called Harris to congratulate her, VP to incoming VP, and basically told her any way he can be helpful with her assuming her office, he's here for it. Basically following the traditional models of what we're accustomed to, what previous presidents and VPs did, what Barack and Biden did for Trump and Pence. Same phone call, same come on over, let me tell you about what's going on. Same thing. That's what Pence is saying. I guess, Pence is definitely acting more presidential than the president. Christina, if Pence is impeached, who holds federal powers as of this moment? He does. So impeachment doesn't mean he's lost powers. Impeachment just means the Congress or the House of Congress, not the Senate in Congress, but the House has rebuked him, has chastised him, has for whatever reason, and is going to go make a case to the Senate that he needs to be removed. That's all impeachment has done. And so now impeachment managers have been appointed, And then when they decide to send those impeachment articles to the Senate, they will hold a trial, and those impeachment managers will prosecute the case, if you will. So he still holds federal powers. He doesn't lose powers, but he will go down in history as the only president impeached twice. And we've only had 4 impeachments in this country. Donald Trump owns 2 of them. And this last impeachment is the most bipartisan support that any president has ever received for impeachment, meaning people from his own party crossed over at a higher rate than any other time an impeachment happened. So there's that. He can hold that title if he will. So shout out to Pence. We still don't fool with Pence like that, but shout out to Pence for keeping it cordial and copacetic, and like, look, this is what we do. So shout out to Pence for that. We disagree on policy. Well, there may be some things we find agreement in, but overall, I vehemently disagree with Pence. But shout out to him for doing that. Now let's talk about Ivanka and them. Y'all want to talk about Ivanka and them real quick and them bathrooms? So we found out. I'm gonna run through this real quick because I don't like to give Ivanka a lot of my time like that. Ivanka or Jared, I don't like giving them a lot of my time like that. And the dialect is intentional like that. I don't like do that like that. I don't like getting too much of my time. So we found out, we got a report that the Secret Service is basically paying thousands of dollars to go to the bathroom because Ivanka and Jared won't let the Secret Service, who is there protecting them, use their bathrooms. I can't even remember how many bathrooms is in the place from the report that I read, because I was just like, of course, it's definitely over 5. It's more than 5 bathrooms. I can't remember how many bathrooms, but they wouldn't let them use the bathroom. So we're literally the taxpayers, because Secret Service had to go out. Okay, somebody saying 7. That sounds right. I think I remember reading 7. 7 bathrooms in the place. They won't let them use not one of them. While they're protecting them, there to secure their life. So the Secret Service got to go out and pay somebody so them people can go pee. People go release themselves because they won't let them use the bathroom when they're literally there to make sure your life is protected. I'm so over them. Erin E, my girl, what's up? I see a lot of my I see this with a lot of my clients. This is commonplace, shameful. What do you see? I'm sorry. What do you see a lot with your clients? That they won't let people use the bathroom? It's just like, my goodness, you can't designate one of the bathrooms to the people. Granted, yeah, it's your house. You get to do whatever you want to do. I understand that. And at the same time, these people that are securing your life, like, my goodness, let them people go pee. like that's crazy to me. That's crazy. That for me, it reads so far removed that you almost feel like you're like better than people. Like, man, they're protecting your life, protecting your children's life, and them people can't even pee. Can't even go in there and blow their nose. Can't even go to the bathroom just to need a moment. Because sometimes how y'all be at work, and sometimes you just need a moment. You don't even got to go to the bathroom, but you just go to the stall, and just because the workplace is just the workplace. They can't even go to the bathroom and take a moment. Like, that's crazy to me. I can't with it. I can't. I don't like nothing about it. I'm finna move on because I don't like nothing about it. Last story of the night, people. Last story of the night, because we're coming up on an hour. Nordstrom's pull her clothing brand from their stores, as they should. Yeah, Ruby, I did read that. Thank you. They went around the corner and used the Obama's bathroom. Yeah, I read that. Shout out to the Obamas, let them pee. While they protecting Ivanka and them, they went around the corner to use Barack bathroom because they would let them, and then they end up renting a place for $3,000. Well, we, the taxpayers, $3,000 a month to use the bathroom. Crazy. Bria Black, the terminology of impeachment needs to be different since they haven't been any consequences with what they were able to accomplish this week in the House. No charges unless the Senate gets 2/3. Well, I don't think the terminology needs of it. I think people need to say it correctly. Because I was watching the news earlier today, and even one of the anchors was like, what if the Senate doesn't impeach? And I'm like, The Senate doesn't impeach. The House impeached them already. That's why so many people are so confused, because everybody is using the wrong terminology. If we use the words correctly, then everybody should be on one accord. The House impeaches, the Senate chooses to convict or not, or acquit. That's where the trial happens. So yeah, when I heard that anchor say that, I kind of got frustrated, because I'm like, that like, you on cable news, millions of people watching this. That's what you just confused millions of people. The Senate doesn't impeach. So anyway, but yes, you're right. The Senate has to get 2/3 to convict. Correct. Let's see here. Hold on. Last story tonight. What did I say the last story was? Oh, last story tonight, the NRA. So the NRA has filed for bankruptcy. Interestingly enough, let's go back. Our girl Letitia James, the New York State Attorney General, had filed a lawsuit against the NRA last year, basically seeking to dissolve the NRA. And so that was going to be a whole battle, right? We've seen Tish take down the Trump Foundation, which was their charity, which we found out they were using money. Like, they can't even run a charity in New York anymore because they were using the money improperly, not in a way that a nonprofit is supposed to be using it. And so she had already taken that charity down to the ground. And now she was going after the NRA. And so now the NRA is trying to file for bankruptcy and moving to my state of Texas. Talk about this is a freedom move, trying to come on down here to Texas. Now, we already got issues with our state attorney general, Ken Paxton. Hold on, wait. Is Ken Paxton our state attorney general or our lieutenant governor? Hold on. I think I'm saying the wrong word. I think I'm giving y'all the wrong name. I'm getting confused right now. Hold on. Let me get this right. Ken Paxton. No, that is our attorney general. I was correct. Yep. Ken Paxton is our attorney general. Yep. I was thinking about Dan Patrick. Dan Patrick is our lieutenant general. Yeah. So no, Ken Paxton is our attorney general. I was correct. They trying to move the NRA down here to Texas, I guess, so they can continue with the alleged financial mismanagement of it all. And so I don't know what this necessarily means for the case that Letitia is bringing to them. I would think that, they can't evade the case just because you move states, because if that was the case, anybody could just do that, right? Anytime you got in trouble at the state level, just be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just move my business over here to this state and avoid it. So that will, maybe they're probably going to have to reconstitute as something else, or NRA Texas, something, I don't know, child. So that's super interesting that they've decided to make that move to file bankruptcy to try to, I guess, legally shuck and jive their way on out of there. Couple new Patreon people. Patricia Hines, thank you so much. Thank you. Let's see here. Rebecca Perez just joined. Thank you. Is it April Ross? April Ross? Thank you. You just joined. Fanika Lingenbach. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name, sis. Fanika. I'm going to just say Fanika. Thank you. You just joined. Carolyn Gregory. You just joined. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon. Thank you. Let me drop the link again. If anybody wants to join, definitely come on and join us. I'm thinking about creating a new tier on Patreon as well. So if you join and a new tier comes available, if you decide to join that tier, it's totally seamless. You can do it in there. But I'm gonna have to look at this. I'm going to confer, but I believe this is something that can be done. As y'all know, I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna hop out of here. If you have any other last minute super comments, super chats, please feel free to drop them there. I don't know if I can do this yet, but I'm going to go look with some colleagues who work in this space. And I'm also going to be looking at the code of ethics and things that I can do under my license. So some of you may not know, I am a licensed master social worker. I have an undergraduate and a bachelor. Undergraduate is a bachelor's. I have an undergraduate and a master's degree in social work, and I'm licensed at the master's level. So what I was thinking about is, I don't know if anybody has done group therapy. There are certain things that LMSWs can do. And then like in Texas, we have a LCSW, which is a clinical license, which allows people to perform individual therapy and do like charge insurance and stuff like that. And so there are certain things that we can do. I don't know if I can operate under the title as a licensed as a social worker operating in a group, but I had the idea earlier today to kind of like do some groups. So like we may do group settings where we have a topic that's like very personal to all of us, and like we kind of walk through it. I don't know if anybody's ever done group therapy, but it's supposed to be like a support system. And so I was thinking about doing that on Patreon, but creating its own specific tier for that if anybody wanted to join group. But I have to make sure that legally that's something that I can do, and what do I need to do to make sure that it's on the up and up. So just stay tuned for that. I don't know if anybody would be interested, but just stay tuned. It would definitely be like, if you join that, we would definitely do Zoom calls so that way people can share and stuff like that. And maybe to get around the legal formality, we don't call it group, we call it something else. And I don't perform as a guest licensed practitioner. I just have to look and see, what that looks like to make sure everything's on the up and up. So definitely stay tuned for that as I kind of work through that. That'll be coming to Patreon. So you can join now. And if it's there, then you can always bump up to that tier, whatever that looks like. Thank you so much. It's me, Tammy, for your super sticker. Ray said, let me get my tissues. You silly. Thank you so much for that. Well, guys, this is the end of our show. If you'd like to pour into me, if you've learned something this week watching the show, there's a Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle scrolling at the bottom of your screen. You can definitely donate there, or you can also hit the link, buy you some Goalie gummies, or join the Patreon or anything like that. All those things pour into me, or if you want to give some last minute super chats or super comments, you can do that. So thank you all so much. It's been a great week. We'll see. Typically, I don't go live on the weekends. Except for Patreon people, we go live on the weekends and we be chitting and chatting. So we might have some stuff for y'all this weekend. But as long as no more like major breaking news happens, I will see everyone, Jesus willing, on Monday. Okay. So y'all have a great night. I'm gonna keep saying this again. Prepare ourselves for the reconciliation on the other side of whatever this accountability looks like. Don't stop with the TikToks. I won't. I will not. Whatever it looks like. Clearly, people are going to be held accountable, which is what we want. And so let us begin to start thinking, what does it look like on the other side of accountability? What does it look like to reconcile with folks who we vehemently disagree and maybe have canceled and pushed away? So I want to leave y'all with that. Have a great night. Be blessed. I love you all in Christ. And yeah, I will see you, God willing, on Monday. A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts. So come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.